Jurassic Park is not like any other amusement park that you might be thinking of booking your family vacation to. Jurassic Park is known for being the last place on Earth that still has living dinosaurs thanks to cloning and genetic science. However, there are some dangers when trying to contain dinosaurs in an amusement park, as is depicted in this film called Jurassic Park. Now, this film is a classic, so you may have already seen it, but today I'm going to break down my thoughts of this film, but I'm going to give you guys a little bit of some context where this film begins. So at the beginning of the film, we see an accident where one of the employees at Jurassic Park is killed by one of the dinosaurs that they're trying to contain. This leads the park's investors, as well as lawyers, to get involved, trying to shut down the park, deeming it unsafe for people to visit. John Hammond, the owner of the park, is determined that his Jurassic Park is going to open, and it's going to be this big place for the public to be able to come and see living dinosaurs. But in order to convince lawyers and investors that the park is safe, he decides that he's going to bring a couple of experts onto the island. These experts are Alan Grant, Ellie, and Dr. Ian McCallum. So these are going to be the experts that have to determine if the park is going to be safe for the public or if it's too dangerous. As they will quickly find out, dinosaurs were not meant to be contained, and they weren't called the world's most dangerous predators for nothing. Near the beginning of the film, Ellie is asking Alan if he would ever want to have kids. Alan dismisses the idea as he has a view of children as they're just expensive, smelly, whiny, and not worth his time. However, when everything turns for the worst at Jurassic Park, Alan is stuck with two children, and he does everything in his power to protect them from the dinosaurs. He's seen risking his life for them, calming them, and helping them get to safety. Really great character development for Alan Grant as he's becoming a good role model. He really steps in, kind of like a father figure, to help these two children get through this dangerous circumstance. So it's really great to be able to see that. Alan, Ellie, and Ian all love dinosaurs. They've studied them for their whole entire lives. And when they're approached with the opportunity to endorse the park, they all decline even before anything bad happens. They've just been enjoying their time looking at the dinosaurs, and they really have been having a good time. However, they realize that it may be very dangerous. Dinosaurs aren't something that are meant to be amusement attractions. They are dangerous animals. And all of them think that it was the wrong idea to bring them back to life, as they were killed off for a reason. So I think that it's really good to see, despite their love for dinosaurs, they still are putting humanity first and thinking what's better for other people, not just what's best for me. So I really thought that was interesting. I really liked watching that scene because it was really interesting to hear each one of their explanations, and I just thought it was very interesting. Now we're going to move over to the rotten apples. The violent content in this film is quite intense. The dinosaurs are seen eating people on screen as well as off screen. Multiple people are killed. We see severed limbs and a lot of blood. If the graphic quality was better when this film was made, I would have no doubt that it probably would have been R for violence. And it may even well being deserving that with the current graphic quality that it's got. So it's definitely paced like a suspense film, and the content for violence is kind of meant for more mature audiences. I wouldn't be showing my 5-year-old or my 10-year-old this film, just because, I mean, it can get violent at some points. If you go over to adult content, one character has a computer background with a woman in a bikini, and as we've already mentioned before, Ellie asks Alan if he would ever want to have kids. If you move over to drug and alcohol content, we see one character that smokes a cigarette for the entire time that he is on screen, and a few other people drink alcohol in celebration in a couple of scenes. No one is seen drunk, however. We hear a little bit of foul language in this film. We hear the S word about 4 times. The H, D, and A word are used once or twice. The Lord's name is combined with the D word a few times, and the B word is used once or twice. The language is spread out throughout the film, so it's not too frequent, as instead of using language, most of the characters are screaming or running away from dinosaurs. So there's not too much in there, but there is definitely some that you should be notified about and consider when watching this film. One other side note that I just want to throw in here that isn't really has anything to do with the content is that we do hear a lot about evolution in this film. And while some of the scientific facts that have been shared in this film may be possibly true, I'm not going to go into what those are. You can find out for yourself, but a majority of them are not. Dr. Ian McCallum especially states that dinosaurs are millions of years old and shares those types of ideas throughout this film. You were going to get that in a dinosaur-related film. Personally, don't believe that that's true. I believe that the Earth's only 6,000 years old, roughly. And that's just my personal opinion, but that's just in there. And it's talked about probably for about 5 minutes in the film. In conclusion, I was very excited to watch this film because it had been on my watch list for quite a while, and I just hadn't gotten around to it, and I just finally did the other night. And I gotta say, this film did not disappoint. The plot was very interesting, and it kept me glued to my seat. I think that it was really well written. I enjoyed watching the characters interact, and the film was full of suspense and waiting to see who would survive and if the characters would be able to get out of the park before it was too late. For being made in the early 90s, the dinosaurs and other props looked very real, and it didn't look computer generated at all. And it made the experience even better because I actually was fearing for the characters' lives because there was nobody that was safe. I mean, people were dying left and right. I would think, oh, this guy's going to survive. Nope, no. You would be surprised how many people get killed off in this film. But with all that being said, as I just said, this film can be violent and even scary at sometimes for some viewers. So I would recommend this film for young adults and above only. I wouldn't show anybody under 13 this due to the violent content. But overall, Jurassic Park is a film full of suspense and action that will keep you on the edge of your seat. Let me know if you've watched this film before, if you plan on watching it in the comments, and let me know your favorite part or your favorite dinosaur. Thanks for listening today, and I hope that you guys have a good rest of your day.